This is P1 listener James Elliott, and you're watching the X Factor podcast. Brought to you by Bottom Gun Coffee. Now be different or be invisible.
Welcome, everybody, to the X Factor podcast, episode number
50. Everybody knows.
Woo!
We are joined by the nation's elite.
The greatest fans ever.
And Parker. We have Drew Hashimura, we have Adam Todd, and we have James Elliott. Absent from the P1 club is Daniel Lawrence, because apparently it's date night in Norwalk, Connecticut.
Yes.
And somehow his wife is more of a priority than us, which is total bullshit.
I agree.
Like, sacrifice your marriage for the X Factor. Everybody else here is doing it.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're just shaming Dan in the event that he watches this.
Yep.
And Sarah Swenson could not be here.
Yep.
She had a work emergency. Servers crashed at her office. So they're using, I believe, a stone tablet and a chisel for work orders and documentation and things. I don't know. Again, I think like here's a classic example of just confused priorities.
I agree. And then even
one person should be sacrificing his marriage,
Yep.
and in Sarah's case, she should be sacrificing
her job.
Yeah, her occupation, her career.
Right.
For us.
Yeah. And then of course
Brandon. Do you want to introduce Brandon?
Yeah, we have a special guest tonight. We have Brandon is our sit-in guest here as well. So that it's getting close to Halloween, so we thought we'd bring out our best impression of our current president, Brandon. So
we're super festive.
Yeah, we're festive for the mood. Coach Morgan Randall couldn't make it as well, and he apparently is tied up with an intern.
Literally or figuratively?
That's what he said.
Okay.
So I don't know. He doesn't type too well, so who knows?
He's probably a hunt and peck typer with one finger, I'm guessing, on a typewriter.
On a typewriter.
So, yes.
Yes.
Or, he counts with an abacus, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
So what's on the agenda tonight, gentlemen? Not everybody pipe in at once here.
Hoping you guys celebrate with the world's best podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is the world's best podcast?
It used to be, what's that guy?
It should be Joe Rogan.
No.
Yeah, I think it's Joe Rogan.
Yeah, we just surpassed his downloads.
We did.
And we're now number one.
Yeah.
I didn't say the world's most popular. I said the best. There's a difference.
There's a difference? I didn't know that.
Do we want to talk about the big deal we got with Spotify?
We should. I'll let you tell the news about the Spotify deal.
Right. So they wrote us, and it's kind of interesting. They said, no way in hell we're getting you $100 million contract.
Yeah.
So
we're settled for 50.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, we're still here.
Thing
We're
of
still here
bourbon.
we're still here on Anchor for now.
But Anchor is owned by Spotify.
See, we're on Spotify.
Yep.
It
You
happened.
just said we weren't.
Right.
We're not on the same page here, John.
I don't know what page we're on.
Full disclosure, we were at a bar before we came here. And John is still at a bar. Some of us are being a little more responsible than others this evening.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
Adam's got his makers. James has his makers. Parker has a Shirley Temple.
Looked like he had Jack Daniels.
Drew, what's in your cup?
Yep.
And I don't mean the one you're wearing.
Just the water for right now. I'm trying to be responsible.
But you look like you're at the beach. I was assuming that was like tequila.
Should be tequila. It's right behind me.
Yep. So we do have an agenda for this
Yes.
evening. It is a hidden agenda,
So we don't know what it
as
is.
it always is. But no, our plan was we were going to have you guys do three things. Number one, share with us, like, what's your X factor? What do you think is something that's X factor? Anything. Number two, we're going to do a rapid fire where you just pick like a category, industry, thing, whatever, and JR and I have to try and find the X factor in it.
So stump the chumps.
Yeah, stump the chumps. Not to be confused with
Car talk.
stamp the tramp. Or I mean my tramp stamp.
Butterfly.
Yes, it's a butterfly. Not to be confused with the W you have on each of your butt cheeks.
Yeah, it says wow.
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 Or mom.
Mom, if you're doing a headstand.
By the way, this is the dumbest podcast ever.
Ever. Yeah. But we're having fun. And so it would be stump the chumps. And then the third one, what was the third piece? Oh, you get to interview Parker.
Oh yeah,
We're making Parker re-interview for his job.
right.
And you, the three of you, exclusively hold the fate of his employment in the palms of your hands.
So really, it's your choice between Brandon here and Parker going forward. So you get a chance to interview. Well, Brandon doesn't speak unless there's a teleprompter, but Parker will, and he'll answer your questions. So that's it. That's what the show's all about.
It is. So I am thinking of a number between 0 and 100, and whoever gets closest to that number
It's 69. We all know
gets to
that.
go. It's really not. Gets to go first. Drew, what's the number?
37.
James says 5. Adam?
9.
It's actually 19.
Oh,
And that would mean Adam. We're doing like Price is Right rules, closest without going over. You get to go first. What's
Okay.
something you find to be very X factor? Obviously, besides me, and I think we all know I'm a bit of a like a God figure in your life.
Absolutely.
Yep. So besides me, what would you find to be very X factor in the
I
world?
was thinking of what kind of God?
Yeah.
A Buddha or
Yes. Used to be built like a Greek god. Now I'm just built like a goddamn Greek.
Without the turban, thankfully.
So X Factor, what do you got, man?
Not a turban. What
Stay on task.
factor is being able to do what it is you want to do and not what is just comfortable for you to do. I think that's what you help me.
It almost sounds like you're talking about personal freedom in America.
Yeah, imagine that. And certainly you helped me with that in my life, and
Very 2020 of you.
well, not really, but it's made a huge difference in my life, and I see it all the time now in other people where I didn't recognize it before.
personal freedom is the X factor. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that.
it really is. Because if you think about it, like America, or what America used to be,
Yeah,
is the only place where you truly have as close to complete personal freedom
yeah.
as anything, anywhere.
Yeah, and the other thing is, I think too, is like lots
Except
of-
for maybe like communist China or Russia.
right, that's true. But you think about it, like a lot of people say in life they want money, right? Or they want fame, or they want, but what we really want is the freedom that goes along with having money, right? It's having to be the ability to do what you want to do with your life and choose whatever path. And
Yeah, because we can always print more money.
true, that is true. I would love to have a government that could just print money or just put a toll up.
I'd love to have a government.
That'd be nice. Yeah, be nice.
I'll put it this
Personal
way.
freedom.
I used to listen to another podcast, and I know there's no free shout outs, but it was before you guys got going. It was called Lifestyles Unlimited. And I love that because it wasn't about, becoming a millionaire. It was about having a lifestyle that allowed you the freedom to do the things that you wanted to do in life, whether it be spend time with family, pursue a hobby, or do whatever you wanted to do. So
I like that. I like that.
You know why I like that podcast?
no,
Is that the real estate podcast?
it is. Yeah.
I think you know why I like that podcast.
What's her name?
No, get your mind out of the gutter. Isn't that the guy that referenced one of my articles that he read
Absolutely.
on Entrepreneur Magazine?
Absolutely.
And then you told me he referenced it. That's the only reason I like him, because he
Yeah.
gave me a free shout out.
He did. So I just gave him a free shout out on your podcast. So.
All right, we're going to mute you now. James, X Factor. What's your X Factor?
The X Factor. So when you kind of let the cat out of the bag and told me what the plan was yesterday, it just happened to be October 14th, which is the 74th anniversary of the breaking of the sound barrier.
Oh,
So yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
All right. So when you think of it, most people who, if they've seen The Right Stuff, they know who Chuck Yeager is, right?
Yep.
And so that started getting me thinking, not specifically about Chuck, because he's X Factor. I mean, Chuck Yeager, definitely X Factor. He broke the sound barrier with cracked ribs. I mean, it's an awesome story. But I'm looking at the test pilots of that era, the 1940s, 1950s test pilots, right? They're really the last cowboys in aviation. I mean, they were able to do stuff that you can't do today. Today, we have bubble wrapped things so much with safety. And believe me, I'm an aviation safety guy, right? But we have bubble wrapped everything so much that you can't have guys like Chuck Yeager, or more specifically, the guy I wanted to touch on is Bob Hoover. All right, Bob Hoover was the guy flying the chase plane when Chuck Yeager broke the sound barrier. Okay. And just like Chuck Yeager, he started out his career in aviation. He learned how to fly when he was a teenager. He taught himself aerobatics. He joined the Army Air Corps, and in flight training, he went up with his first flight with an instructor. And when they were finished, the instructor went into the commander's, the headquarters, and said, "Sir, we've got a problem with Hoover." And I said, "Well, if you have a problem with him, just wash him out." No, that's not the problem. The problem is he's a better pilot than anybody else on this base. All right. He flies combat in World War II, gets shot down, becomes a POW, and is a POW for 16 months. And then another X Factor move by Bob Hoover. He escapes the POW camp, steals a German fighter plane, and flies it to Holland. I mean, then he goes on, he becomes a test pilot. He meets Chuck Yeager at Wright-Patterson. They go out to what would be called Edwards Air Force Base. And then the rest is history. He was actually the #1 pilot for breaking the sound barrier on the X-1. But he got himself into trouble. So he got knocked down and Yeager got put in his position. So he was the backup. But all the photos you see of Chuck Yeager breaking the sound barrier, they're taken by Bob Hoover. Right. So
that's pretty wild. I didn't really know much about him. I've been looking him up here. After he finished, going through the test pilot program, he was an air show display pilot for more than 50 years.
yes,
Until his retirement. He's known as the pilot's pilot.
How old was he when he retired?
A long time. He passed away in 2016,
Yes.
but he sounds like for 50 years he Yeah, he was flying
Wow.
shows,
He was.
you know,
He-
acrobatics.
He was actually forced out. The FAA took his license when he was in his late 80s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. Hey, James, I got a question
Yes.
for you.
Yes.
How fast do you have to go to break the sound barrier?
The speed of sound at sea level is 776 miles per hour
Jeez.
under standard conditions.
So now what is like the G force you're hitting? Like how many G's are hitting your body?
Well, there's no G's. You only experience
Even
G-force.
even
Yeah.
even
So
going that
you're
fast.
well,
there's no-
once you're accelerated, I mean, you're going to accelerate, but once you're up to speed, and there's no acceleration, there's no force.
Oh,
right?
okay. Because
Okay,
it's all
so you-
leveled out.
Mass times acceleration. So, but when you change direction, that's why you're in a roller coaster. You're going down, you don't feel anything until the roller coaster changes direction, goes into a loop or does something. Yeah, it's when you change
Okay.
that direction is when you feel the G-force.
Because I was thinking that like just going that fast, even
You
just
was thinking?
straight. Well, I was thinking that even going that fast, going straight, I would assume. I mean, that's pretty rough on the body.
Well, you felt it when you kick in the rockets because it was a rocket jet, right? Or a rocket
Oh, geez.
plane. So every time you kicked in a rocket, you'd feel some G's, but it wasn't sustained. Like you'd get
Okay.
up, you'd accelerate up and then come off. Yeah. So full disclosure, everyone knows I'm a pilot. So no,
Oh,
but it just happened that when Brew said, "Hey, talk about something you think is X Factor," it was right on the anniversary of the breaking of the sound barrier, and it got me thinking about not just Hoover and Yeager, but all of the test pilots of that era.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. Bob Hoover. Yeah, and you know, guys like that, they don't make the history books as much as Chuck Yeager. You know,
Yep.
it's like the guy that didn't walk on the moon, right? You know, but
yeah.
actually made those missions, and so that's a great story. I love to hear that. I love
Oh.
to see guys like that, and you know, again, that was a greatest generation, right? And all the things that
Yes.
they did.
Yeah.
So shout out to
one more.
Bob Hoover.
Yeah, shout out to Bob Hoover. Shout out to the Patriots jet team. All right. And the reason why is they own a Saberliner. And one of the aircraft that Bob Hoover used to demonstrate in is a Saberliner. Okay. It's like a
Yeah.
Saberliner. It looks like a small business jet. All right. The Saberliner that's owned by the Patriots jet team was the last Saberliner that Bob Hoover did aerobatics in. So
It's a corporate jet you could do aerobatics in.
Yes. So it was
Strap in.
it's
We're
pretty
going
cool to
down.
get it's pretty cool to go into the jet and sit in that same seat.
Yeah, what an honor.
Yeah.
Neat.
All right.
James,
like
I
it.
appreciate hearing about this Bob Hoover. It's interesting as I was born and raised in Southern West Virginia. And so, you know, Yeager is obviously, you know, a hero where I come from. So, you know, even our airport is named after Chuck Yeager. So it's always,
And Chuck Yeager just passed away. He
named
used
a
to live in
vacuum
Grass
after Hoover.
Valley, just north of where I live here.
yeah.
He just named a vacuum after Hoover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeager gets an airport and they just named a vacuum after Hoover.
Sucks.
Well, that sucks.
It does.
I don't want to do it.
there was three.
Put 'em
That
both.
sucked. I love it. Great. I love our audience. Great.
So Drew, what's X Factor to you, my man?
Well, you know, giving people heads up would be a great X factor. I wish I would have had a 24-hour notice there, James. But you know, it's an honor for you all, you know, for me to be able to sit in with you all.
There's the bus. There's me.
That have served in
The reason I
military.
had the notice is because I actually text Brew and asked.
Because Parker did not disseminate any information to anyone.
I told them exactly what you told me to say.
What are the odds of that?
No, it's not happening.
Which was what, Parker? Are you going to be on tonight?
No, this was.
Do you have the
this is
Zoom
what-
link?
Well, yeah, because here I will read the message.
Parker, you know what I refer to you as? For the last 48 hours that JR's been up here and we've been hanging out. You know what I've referred to you as to him?
What?
You're his special needs child.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
The beauty of that is you continue to demonstrate that.
It's fantastic.
It really is.
It's hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Drew, without any advance notice, we're testing your impromptu speaking skills because, well, you're a sharp cookie. What's something that's like super X factor in your eyes?
You know, I was trying to get it out before, but I'm honored to be able to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. But for you folks that served in the military, you're X factor. And I thank you so much for your service. I come from a background of folks that were in the Army, but I'm probably the first that didn't serve. So I appreciate you all that did serve. That's my X factor.
I like it.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. James, you're a Coast Guard guy. I learned that the other day. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, auxiliary branch. So it's kind of like being a volunteer firefighter, for lack of a better analogy.
Yeah, that's all right. You were wearing the
Yeah.
uniform. You were maintaining the boats, getting out
Yeah.
there doing.
I thought he meant he was a pyromaniac.
Oh, was he?
Well, if you say it's like being a volunteer firefighter, like there are only two kinds of volunteer firefighters.
Right, that's true.
Pyromaniacs and guys that have like siren fetishes. Right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they're horny.
Exactly. Siren
Yeah.
fetishes. Yes. Yeah, I like that. I learn something every day on the X Factor podcast, especially when I'm around you. Yeah,
You question your decision making.
every day.
Yeah, your judgment. So
Yeah,
you want to do a little rapid fire?
let's do it. Stump the chumps, rapid fire.
And,
Okay,
and then we'll interview Parker.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'll warm you up. X Factor dogs.
Golden Retriever all the way.
Oh, God.
Friendly.
I was going to say Clifford, the big red one.
Yeah,
Oh goodness. What are
I mean,
these
he's like-
answers?
Bigger than a house.
right.
That's X Factor.
Snoopy would be X Factor.
Snoop Dogg.
There
He's
you
got his
go.
own youth
There you
football
go.
league. He's very X Factor.
It's not who I was thinking about, but yeah.
Okay.
That'll work. Yeah. Yeah,
So that's my X Factor dog is Clifford, the big red one.
I would go with Golden Retrievers all day.
You
long.
would.
It's a breed. Yeah.
He didn't say X Factor dog breeds.
Oh.
He said X, right, James? He said X
You-
Factor dogs.
You are correct. So
I'll go with Snoop Dogg.
yeah.
Okay.
Gin and juice.
Drink gin juice, hanging out at the Compton swap meets.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
He became Snoop Lion for a little while. He got into reggae. Then he went back to Snoop Dogg or Doggy Dog or Doggy Style. I don't know what it was. Yeah.
Wow. You're
Yeah.
scaring me now. All right. What else you guys got?
X Factor president.
You want to take this one, Brandon?
What if that's Morse code for,
Morse code.
you know, the thing?
He just whispered
Hold on,
to
hold
me
on.
after he sniffed my hair. He whispered to me that he doesn't have a teleprompter, so he's not comfortable taking that question. And he wanted to pass it off to what's her name, Peppermint Patty, his spokesperson. Doesn't she look like Peppermint Patty, Jen Psaki or whatever her name is?
Sucky.
Psaki.
Yeah.
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 X Factor presidents.
Yeah.
I
have two, but
Putin and who else?
no, he wasn't our president.
Kim Jong-un.
Oh, he was good.
Yeah.
Our
I mean, think about it. Kim Jong-un's X Factor. Yeah, I know he's not a president. He's a dictator, but like those lines are becoming more blurred every day. President, dictator. tomato, tomato, right?
Yeah.
Like he's X Factor because when he called Trump a dotard,
Yeah.
the entire world did not know the meaning of the term dotard.
Including me.
No one knew the meaning of the term dotard. It was trending on Google when people were looking up, like, how did he insult our president? So, like, that's some X Factor shit.
I like Little Rocket Man better. That insult was a
Yeah.
lot better. Yeah.
My button works. It's bigger and it works.
And it works.
So, who's your X Factor president for real?
So I served under Ronald Reagan. I got in the Navy because of Ronald Reagan. He was expanding the Navy, and so he was giving out scholarships, ROTC scholarships left and right, and I took one of those and got in the Navy. So I would say Reagan is my first, but I'm also a big Teddy Roosevelt fan.
Huge Teddy Roosevelt fan.
Yeah.
Yep.
So those two would be for me X Factor. Right after Bill Clinton, probably.
Yep. I mean, they're close, but no cigar, Drew.
I don't know why I'm clapping.
Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah, I would have to say, Drew, our first president of the United States, Mr. Benjamin Franklin,
Yeah, great
is
guy.
absolutely my X Factor president. He invented
Kite.
kites. He invented kites.
Yeah.
Yeah, flying kites. And yeah, no one before Franklin thought to put a house key on a string on a kite ever before.
Amazing.
So that's like revolutionary.
Yeah.
And I don't mean the war. So yeah, I would say Franklin.
Okay.
Is he first or second? He's first, right?
So he's in there. He's in the top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, who's your runner-up? Because I would tell you, my runner-up president would be J. Edgar Hoover.
Okay.
Because he had some pretty sweet nightgowns.
Well, he did dress.
He was a
He was
cross-dresser.
a cross-dresser. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No,
Yeah.
no. He was trans testicle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's your
Ahead of his
runner-up?
time.
Visionary, a peripheral visionary.
I don't know.
Runner-up?
I don't know. Gotta go. Let's see. Andrew Jackson, just for the hair.
Andrew Dice Clay, who?
They'd be good as a president, right?
Jackson?
Yeah, just the
Yeah.
hair, the look.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good look.
He looked like a really short anorexic Fabio the supermodel with that hair.
Right. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
Sweet. Adam Todd.
Before I get to mine, I do want to say too, I agree with Roosevelt. Anybody who can get shot and then finish delivering a speech before seeking attention pretty much should be number one on the list, I think.
It takes more than that to kill a bull moose. Yeah,
That's right.
absolutely.
That's
Love that.
right. That's right.
Love that.
That's right. So mine is caffeine source, X Factor caffeine source. I think I'm setting this one up, but I think I know, but
James.
Methamphetamines. I would say methamphetamines, like
Is there
crystal
caffeine?
meth.
Is there caffeine in there?
I assume there is. It hops you up, right? Not that I would know. I've never done that. But
So I'm addicted to caffeine. So
yeah. My X Factor caffeine source is tough one because I know what we're supposed to say.
yeah, you think?
I mean, we didn't even do a brought to you by mention at the
No.
beginning of the podcast
So
for
it's the
this
perfect
one.
time to do it. You
Yeah.
basically
You
set-
bailed our ass out big time. This answer during the rapid fire segment of the X Factor podcast is brought to you by our friends at
Bottom Gun Coffee. So check them out at bottomguncoffee.com for the best caffeine source available.
And what's your favorite flavor Bottom Gun Coffee, gentlemen?
I like
I'm
the
more
Ale
pumpkin-
Revenge.
Pumpkin spice?
They don't
Pumpkin
make-
spice.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd have to say pumpkin spice.
They don't make pumpkin
Oh.
spice.
Yeah, they do.
They have pecan,
Okay.
and they have Ahab's Revenge and Morning Blend. Morning Blend's my favorite.
Yep.
I like the Revenge.
Yeah,
Do
it's
you?
strong and bold,
Yeah.
much like you.
Yeah,
What about the coffee flavored coffee?
that's what I would drink. Is
That
coffee.
might be the greatest comedy bit in the history of stand-up comedy was Dennis Leary's bit about coffee flavored coffee.
And
Is that what
bourbon.
you're referencing?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was epic.
bourbon flavored or whiskey flavored whiskey.
Whiskey
coffee
flavored whiskey, beer flavored beer, coffee flavored coffee.
That's what I do.
Yep.
This is just bourbon.
Apple
Flavored.
juice.
It's apple juice.
Yeah, Johnny
It's
Carson
just-
used to call whiskey apple juice.
That's what that is.
So he could ask for more apple juice while he's on the set. Anyway, thank you for bailing our asses out because we were negligent at the beginning of the podcast. And I would like to extend a personal apology for Jon Rennie's negligence to Bill Mosier, the CEO of Bottom Gun Coffee. I tried to explain to John that we're supposed to do that sponsor read at the beginning of the show, but as you can see, if you go back and rewind the tape, he was interrupting me the whole time.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's Brandon's fault.
Yeah.
Is there
And
any truth to the fact that Bottom Gun will be coming out with the pre-workout later this year?
No, but that's something I'd like to talk to Bill about. Yeah, we need a pre-workout. But I will let you in on a little secret since this is the 50th anniversary podcast. And let's just say there might be a collaboration between Bottom Gun Coffee and another veteran-owned beer company to create a submarine-themed beer here shortly. It's going to be a coffee porter. So once that comes available, we will let you know. But I introduced the Bottom Gun Coffee folks with the Armed Forces Brewery folks, actually Seawolf Brewery, and they may be having a collaboration soon. So when they do, and if they do, there may be a Bottom Gun Coffee beer available soon. But hopefully I didn't
Open a can of worms.
yeah.
Yeah.
Loose lips sink ships.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
So
Coach Brew's the danger zone right now.
I
Yeah.
am.
he always is. He's the one that's going to get us canceled. Guaranteed.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
If they went back and looked at your emails,
Mm.
we'd have been canceled already.
Well, you were talking about polishing the dolphin in the last podcast.
So, fun fact, if you go back and listen to episode 49, Jon Rennie references polishing your dolphin with dishwashing liquid.
Right. Yeah.
If that doesn't get us canceled, I don't know what will.
Yeah.
Aye, aye, Navy talk.
Right.
Parker, shut up. Just shut up. Thank you.
He wasn't talking.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like saying that. So, what else you got? Rapid fire.
X Factor Explorers.
Dora. 100% Dora. Name another cartoon explorer. Cortez? All he did was burn the boats.
Yeah.
Dora had Diego, that talking map,
Vámonos.
a backpack that came to life.
Wait, Coach Brew, have you seen the new Dora the Explorer movie?
Wait, whoa. You have?
I have actually.
Of course he has.
No, but there's a scene in the movie.
He
they
needed to
go-
attend with an adult to get in, but he went.
No, so there's a scene in the movie.
I love how he
That-
admits to going to see the Dora movie.
Right.
James just reaches for his bottle and takes a slug.
Well, I didn't go and see it in the theaters. It was just on the TV.
Did
But
you
anyway,
just call them theaters?
yeah, in the theater.
I didn't go see them in them theaters.
Anyway, no, but in the
Didn't
Dora
start.
movie or whatever, they
Does he say
cross
his
through a
vagina
field.
showing?
They cross through a field of mushrooms and end
Wow.
up getting high off of them, and then seeing the map talking to them.
Wait, there's a psychedelic scene in Dora the Explorer?
Yes,
Oh, now I gotta
yes.
see it.
Wow.
She's tripping balls.
This is a kid's movie for adults. What's going on here?
I have no idea. When I saw that scene, it like they hit the mushrooms or whatever, and like the spores are released, and then they get like high and then turn into like cartoons. And it's the weirdest thing.
So yeah, so Boots the talking monkey isn't weird enough.
No, it's
It's
yeah,
like
you guys
Dora
are-
does Dallas.
Oh gosh.
He and Boots had a little thing going on in the forest after they did shrooms.
Anyway,
What the hell?
Who knew? I mean, I had no idea.
How does your mind even go there, Parker?
well, you guys brought up Dora, and that's part of the
No, we
movie, so-
brought up X Factor Explorers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Ford,
Ford?
the Ford Explorer.
Okay. Good one. Made in the USA.
Right?
Hashtag America.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Parts from Mexico. But yes, assembled in the USA.
It's not like there's a border between Mexico and the
Got rid of
US.
that.
They made-
Yeah.
they're just like Southern Texas.
Right, Brandon?
Isn't that right, buddy? It's okay. Yeah, you did that.
I think he's blinking that, help me, I'm being held hostage.
Yeah, it could be.
I think you're giving him way too much credit for being articulate.
It's either that or I want some ice cream. I can't tell.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Yeah.
So it's
All right,
an
what else
X
you
Factor
got?
party. It's an X Factor party. What X Factor liquor?
X Factor liquor.
Liquor, I
Oh.
hardly know her.
I would say the nectar of the gods for me is bourbon,
Wilderness Trail Bourbon.
and one of my favorites is Wilderness Trail. So that is hard to find, but when you do find it, get it because it's really good.
You a bourbon guy, Drew?
No, not so much actually. I don't know. You can disown me, but it's
No,
fine. I
no,
like,
I'm not a bourbon
I
guy
like
either
tequila
because
and
Parker
mezcal.
doesn't.
That-
Parker
that-
doesn't send me bourbon, so I'm not a bourbon guy either. Don't feel bad.
That's
Yeah.
okay, but Parker can send you a case of wine spritzers. They'll be fine.
And I sent you a good camera. That'll be good to capture all your mankini episodes.
Oh,
Oh gosh.
That was awkward.
Yeah,
silence.
our X Factor adult beverage is definitely bourbon.
yeah. Yeah, I think, I mean,
It's the most American spirit there is, literally.
yeah, it's made in
Yeah.
America. It can only be made in America. And it was born and raised in Kentucky, and it's all America. It's all natural. And so when you're drinking bourbon, you're drinking grains, corn.
It's like a vegetable.
Yep. And
It's
then
like if liquor were a vegetable, bourbon's corn, man.
I'm
and-
arguing
vegan.
that.
It's
And-
vegan.
Exactly. And it's aged in white oak charred barrels that have lived in America for hundreds of years. So it is seeping with patriotism. So that's
Yeah.
why the bourbon
also-
is the X Factor drink.
I also think that moonshine is definitely American.
Right. No, moonshine is definitely American, but bourbon is quintessentially, you can make moonshine anywhere in the world, but
Yep.
bourbon is quintessential American patriotism. Yeah.
I got to tell you a story about moonshine for really quick. So when I was in college, I was busting tables, and this gentleman had brought
Tell
in
everybody where you went to school for Drew.
I
For
went to-
people
I
who
went to
don't know,
Marshall.
tell everybody where you went.
Marshall University, Huntington, West
We
Virginia.
are. Mark.
We are Marshall, yeah. So I was busting tables at a restaurant, and this gentleman had brought in some moonshine, and I kind of just turned a blind eye to it. But he dips a spoon into the moonshine, and he lights it on fire. And I look at him and I said, "What the hell are you doing?" And he said, "Do you know how you have good moonshine?" And I said, "No." He said, "If this burns blue, you can drink it." He goes, "If it burns yellow, this is bad."
Aha. I didn't know
I had
that.
no idea.
Dang.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
I think I've
Yeah.
heard of that before, but I've never tried it. But,
That was before you're able to buy it in the liquor store.
Yeah,
oh, no,
when
I
did
don't,
they start selling like apple pie moonshine and
don't
when did they
get any
start
of
selling that
stuff.
stuff in liquor stores? I feel like it was very recent.
Seems like
Yeah,
it.
I do too. But I can tell you this: it's definitely not what it was like when I was growing up. Because I'll tell you what, you get a just a little bit moonshine in a glass. It could just take a little shot glass, and you could sip on that thing for about 20-30 minutes, and you're not going to be moving. Now you can just go and take shots out of this stuff you get out of the liquor store, and you're
Yeah,
fine.
the-
So
The
Yeah, this
moonshine
jet
in liquor
fuel back
stores.
then.
The moonshine liquor stores is nothing. I don't even consider it moonshine.
yeah.
Parker being the authority on homemade hooch.
Well, he did grow up in Virginia, in the hills
Yeah.
of Virginia.
Yeah, that's
Wait.
where moonshine like kind of came from. It's like the origination of it.
Parker, what hall are you coming from?
Huh? Sorry.
What hall are you coming from?
You know where?
It was Jebediah's farm. That's where he was raised.
Yeah, I just grew up in Southern Virginia.
I got
Okay.
one more for you. X Factor breakfast meats.
Breakfast what?
Meats.
Oh, well, yeah. Is there anything else but bacon?
Mm,
Well, it's the most anti-Islamic meat.
I think you're forgetting the other gray meat.
The other what? Gravy?
The other gray meat.
I don't know. Sausage?
Coach Brew, you know that one from Pennsylvania?
Scrapple.
Ah,
That's
Okay.
X Factor. There's Scrapple, and then the other Pennsylvania breakfast meat from the Amish and Pennsylvania Dutch is called Pawnhouse, which is not porn house. I know what you're
I was
thinking,
looking it
Rennie.
up right
Yeah,
now.
Pawnhouse. Look, Google Pawnhouse and tell me the exact
I gotta be
ingredients.
careful spelling this.
But it's called Pawnhouse, Haus, I believe, and it is I think it's like Scrapple's ugly cousin, if I'm not mistaken.
That's pretty rough.
Yeah, yeah. When you're Scrapple's ugly cousin,
I thought Scrapple was sausages ugly.
you fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down.
Yeah, that's bad.
All right, what is it? What's Pawnhouse?
Well, it's coming up Scrapple, but to how to make a Dutch Scrapple / Pawnhouse. So they're calling
Oh, so
it,
it's a synonym.
they're calling it the same.
Okay, I thought it was a variation.
Yeah, Pawnhouse.
House, not porn house.
Well, it's
Can't take this guy
it's the
anywhere.
German word for house.
Okay.
Haus is
Well,
house.
Parker, how do you pronounce it, Parker?
Probably like porn house. What? That's-
Being the elocution and diction expert here at the X Factor, we'll go with that, Parker.
pan
What's the
house.
diction?
Hold on.
He
let
really
me-
does put the dick in diction.
All right, two things. One, found out that moonshine actually originated from Pennsylvania,
You're like 4 steps behind us, kid.
and
It's awesome,
two,
though.
and
Yeah.
two, what in the, y'all are talking about some northern term, panhouse.
Y'all are
That's-
talking about some
Yeah.
No,
northern
we're
term.
talking about Amish breakfast. That's why I asked you, how do you pronounce it?
It's called
Yeah.
panhouse. Panhouse.
Where did you find him?
Did they serve Scrapple at Liberty at breakfast?
Oh gosh. Oof. They served okay. so
Was
at
it kosher?
No. Oh gosh, no. So they served these eggs. So they would have like fresh eggs, or they'd have these eggs that came from like powder almost. And it was
Yeah,
the
they're
most,
called powdered eggs.
like literally powder. What?
I know. They're called powdered eggs.
No, what are you talking about? Coach Brew, gosh, you're in the danger zone. Anyway, no, some of their meals were good, but for the most part, those breakfast meals kind of scared me.
But
But
did you have Pawn House?
If it wasn't tube steak smothered in underwear, Parker just really didn't enjoy it at the cafeteria.
oh goodness. Yeah, I had the pool boy serving the pool boy would serve at the breakfast every morning. He would serve the breakfast.
What?
You never heard of that?
The pool boy?
No.
You had
All
a
right,
pool boy at
so-
your college?
Yeah, so anyway, our president,
Uh,
Liberty's president, got basically kicked out.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mrs.
because his
Falwell,
wife-
like the pool boy, Pablo.
Right, right.
Yeah, so
right.
She likes
his
some
wife
tube
was
steak.
hooking up with a pool boy or something like that.
Now, did she ever invite you over to the house when he wasn't there, Parker?
No, no,
No?
heck no.
I find that so hard to believe.
Oh. All right.
All right.
Next, ready to move on to next.
I think we move on. I think, this is Parker's getting warmed up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or at
but
least as
bacon.
warmed up as this kid will ever get.
Bacon's the
This
best
elevator
meat.
doesn't go to the top floor.
No.
So I think now would be a good time for you to share your resume with our esteemed guests.
What makes you essentially qualified to be the producer of the greatest?
Before you even go there,
Okay.
like I think he should share his resume
Yeah.
with the audience, with our esteemed guests, our beloved P1s.
Yes.
Well, I
The
graduated.
only
from-
3 people in America tonight who checked their penis.
Thank you. Yes.
Well, I graduated Liberty with a major in strategic communications.
Did you say sex ed and theology, double major?
Yes. Anyway, but yeah, no. So I graduated from Liberty with strategic communications, and what's funny is that I actually didn't originally plan on graduating with that. I'd like to eventually go back and finish my engineering degree, because originally I was going for mechanical engineering. And that's about all the resume that I'm going to give.
What are your SAT scores?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I don't mind.
I know mine too. How do you not know your SATs? What was your GPA in high school?
Oh gosh.
I mean,
It's Mildred.
Oh,
Oh my
Mildred.
gosh.
Drew wants to see your transcript.
Look at everybody.
no, I want to
Yeah,
know
beautiful
if Liberty
baby.
offers swimming pool management.
Well,
Look at that.
they actually do. I'm pretty sure. They have like their own pools and stuff. So
Drew just fell out of his chair.
Well, I hate to break the news. We got, if you're watching on YouTube, we have Mildred the puppy has just showed up on the top screen. James.
Say
is
hi,
brought-
Mildred.
Oh my gosh, what a beautiful
Oh
puppy.
yeah.
What a beautiful.
See, you tell me that's not an X Factor dog, right?
That is very much an X Factor dog for a variety of reasons. Number one, she is more housebroken than Parker.
True. Yeah.
And number two, she is as cute as can be.
Oh my goodness, she's chill too.
She's so cute.
That is a very calm retriever puppy.
Yeah, say hi, Mildred.
She'd
Yeah.
rather eat your headphone wire.
All right. Bear with me. Mildred needs to hit the head real quick.
Cute dog, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Cuter than Parker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So Drew wants to see your transcript, Parker. He needs more details, SATs, ACTs, GPA. Were you in a college prep course? Were you in like the automotive track at your high school? What was your deal?
Fraternity.
Extracurriculars.
Played sports throughout high school and such.
And such?
Now you're from Southern Virginia. Is that cow tipping?
I've actually heard of people around my area trying to do that. So, but I've never tried it. Have you?
Cow tipping?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey,
Absolutely.
So do you burn couches up in West Virginia? I heard that's a regular thing.
You know, that's a northern West Virginia thing. And you know,
Is
we're,
it?
we're more
isn't it?
refined down there in southern West Virginia.
Oh yeah, I heard once you get close to WVU, it's like couch burning everywhere.
Well documented.
Couch
Couch
burn?
Well
burn.
documented
Burn
after
furniture
wins.
after football games.
Yeah, that's what my son did that.
Oh gosh.
So sports and such. How
Yeah.
would you explain that? Sports and such. What sports, Parker?
I did swimming and baseball. I grew up playing baseball basically all my life, and swimming, I don't even know why I did it. I just it's actually a really funny story, but I'm not gonna waste the time to tell it.
So wait, is Liberty what? D2? D3?
No, Liberty's a D1 school.
They're a D1 school? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
We're actually our
Yeah, there's a
quarterback
lot
right-
of D there.
our quarterback right now at Liberty is, I think, like top 5 in the nation for colleges. He came from Auburn, so kind of cool. And I think Liberty as a whole is like top 25.
There
Huh?
was video of Liberty football fans cheering "Let's Go Brandon." By the
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
A whole stadium full of Liberty fans at home cheering "Let's go, Brandon." I don't even know who Brandon is, but apparently he's very popular in America right now.
Didn't he coach a football game from a hospital bed?
Oh, their head coach, Hugh Freeze. Were you at Liberty when that happened, Parker?
Oh, I'm not sure. Let me see. I may
You have to look it
been.
up. You don't know this?
No.
He really is your special needs child.
He is.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Such.
Sports and such. Yeah.
I was technically, I think, at Liberty, but I was online at that point in time because I'm pretty sure that's kind of when COVID and all that stuff started kind of hitting.
No, that was years before that.
Well, it says that it would happen in 2019.
That Hugh Freeze coached from a hospital bed.
Oh, wait. Let me see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was years before that. Disregard me.
I usually do.
Anyway, no, I don't think I was at Liberty at that point in time. I may have been. I'm not sure.
And such.
Yeah, and such.
So you won't share your transcript. You won't share your SATs or your GPA.
But
I
wait.
don't
In his
remember
defense, we never saw Obama's transcript.
Yeah, we didn't see Obama's transcript either. Good point.
In his defense.
You have documentation of citizenship, Parker.
I do.
Okay, then you're way ahead of Obama.
Right, that's true.
Yeah. So Parker, what else is on your resume?
I've done a good amount of mission trips with
Oh, that's
churches
good.
and such.
So you like
Yeah.
missionary? What'd you say?
I've done a lot of missions trips
Oh, okay.
with churches, and then I've worked quite a few different jobs.
Because you get fired from them frequently? Why quite a few?
No, I just like back before, like in college while I was working in paying for stuff in college as well as like high school. I would work different jobs, had to make money somehow. So
Pimping ain't easy.
yeah, gotta do
All
what you
right,
gotta
so
do.
I think that given your oh, I don't know, epic bio you just shared with us, it's now time to just open the floor where our esteemed colleagues can grill you with questions to determine if you're cognitively impaired beyond the point where you can perform the job functions necessary to be the podcast producer.
All right.
So Parker, you said you wanted to go back and go to engineering school.
Yes.
With everything that you've done, how do you randomly come back to engineering?
Well,
We
no,
can't
I mean,
possibly be talking about audio engineering, can he?
no,
I
mechanical.
mean, you've heard
engineering.
this podcast, Drew, right?
Mechanical.
I was just
engineering.
blaming it on him possibly being
Yeah.
drunk, but you know.
No,
A lot of lead paint in his house as a youth.
but no, it would be very nice to go back to finish out like my mechanical engineering degree, but I mean, realistically, I don't think I'll go back. Would be nice, but it's just not very reasonable decision, especially with how expensive colleges and such are.
And such.
Yeah.
That and part of the master plan, from what I understand, is you're going to take over John's family business. Right?
Yeah, I want
Isn't that the plan?
Possibly.
Yeah.
I want to do whatever I can to help John and his company out. That's for sure. The people there, I mean, I wish all y'all could meet them. They're great people. They're fantastic workers, fantastic people.
All y'all. That's plural.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
In the South.
Yeah.
Y'all singular, all y'all's plural.
Yep.
Yeah.
Adam, you've got to have some questions for Parker.
Yeah, I think the most important question is what kind of oil is the best oil to use when you're preparing for a bodybuilding or muscle type competition?
Well, Coach Brew recommended me this one brand. I forget the name of it, but he said, "Hey, if you go into Walmart and go down this one aisle, be right next to the condoms."
Yeah, the Kentucky jelly.
Yeah, and he
You
said
gotta get the Kentucky jelly.
he said make sure when you go to the bodybuilding competition that you rub it all over, no matter what, and it'll make you glisten. So I was like, oh, you know what, Coach Brew, I'll do it.
Huh?
So that's what I think it's
Kentucky
called.
Jelly is.
I think it's called KMY.
You didn't know where I was going with that?
So
There's a song called Kentucky
Yeah.
Jelly. Is that what it is?
I would not recommend putting that on your toast, the Kentucky jelly. It's really not that good.
It's overrated.
What is
Oh,
going on?
goodness.
That went right over your head.
Yeah, I didn't
Wow.
know about this song.
Oh,
I got to look at the lyrics.
James, can you bring us back down to reality?
All right, Parker, I've got two questions for you.
All right.
The first one is actually a real question that I ask every single interview candidate I have.
All right.
What are your values?
Oh, my values, like can you describe, are you talking about just personally for me, like what do I value most, like in another person, or just
What are
for myself?
your values?
James, is that a noun? Can you use it as a sentence?
Parker's
So-
like, my values are I'm available to the highest bidder. That's my value.
No, my value is well, I think one of my biggest like values is, for instance, I think equal amount of respect. Respect is definitely important to me. I have to have respect. If there's not respect, then it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
And also, like, I'm the type of person that, like, if you actually met me in person, I want to do whatever I can to help you, but you have to be willing to, like, equal resolve in a sense. And what's another one?
Sounds like some Kentucky jelly.
I think another one of my values is I definitely love learning. Like, I want to learn all that I can. Something that John has definitely helped me with is bringing me on to his company and his organization. The people that work there are just phenomenal people. John himself has taught me so much about the industry, and I love being able to learn all that I can there in all different aspects. Like, I've learned so many different plant, like, factory based things that I never knew I would know. And I've learned so much about the sales side as well. So it's been awesome.
All right.
I'm kind of an open book.
See, that's why I keep him.
Oh, God.
He gets it.
But
He's
What's-
stroking more than your ego.
well, what was your second question?
Well, the second question is more of a scenario type situation.
All right.
So what do deer eat?
What do deer eat?
Yeah.
Grass?
Okay. What do cows eat?
Grass?
What do horses eat?
Grass?
Then why is their crap all different?
Uh, I'm not sure. Thought it was basically all the same. It's same sort of function, I guess.
Well, deer comes out as pellets, cows come out as patties, horses come out as clumps. I don't know if you can actually, produce this podcast if you don't know your crap.
Oh gosh.
That's for Sarah.
Oh goodness.
Thank you.
Did she tell you to say that, or did you come up with that? Oh gosh.
That was for you, Sarah.
No, Sarah, that was not for you. You didn't come on this podcast. You can't claim anything. Just kidding. That was for you. Not really.
You didn't ask what kind of. You didn't ask what pandas eat.
Yeah, what do pandas eat?
Pandas eat nothing but bamboo shoots.
Mm.
Yeah, you're right about that.
See, I know my crap.
Wow.
Oh,
So pretty
goodness.
much what we learned is that Parker's probably not qualified for this job.
Yep.
Yeah. But he's earning his pay.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Might be overcompensated.
Maybe a little bit.
Not overcompensating, overcompensated.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's outstanding. So Survivor, you guys get to vote him off the island if you choose. The kind and benevolent leaders that you are get to decide his fate.
I don't know, Robert's rules. Do we have a quorum to have such a vote?
I'm just the note taker, keeping the minutes.
Yeah.
In the honorable fraternity of P1s, do we have a quorum for this?
Well, I think it's whoever
It's worth the
shows.
laughs, you know?
Yeah.
Probation, extend probation?
Absolutely.
Do I have a second?
Double secret
A
probation.
second.
All right,
All right. We extend.
Those
the
approved?
probation.
All right.
all right.
Uh,
Probation extended.
We keep Parker for another week or two.
Yep.
Well,
But
guys,
Sarah would have been the deciding vote, I think,
she would
so
have been anti-Parker.
Yep.
Yeah, but she
she
missed
could have
out.
probably debated the other side very well and you
He's
looked
ready to
out
throw
Parker.
him to the wolves.
So other questions you might have for not just Parker, but for John and myself. We'll open it up for any questions, comments, observations, past performance. It's not indicative of future success.
What's on the itinerary this weekend?
I got to fly back to North Carolina early morning.
Yeah, he picked a really convenient time to fly out.
Why?
Because you have to be at the airport at like 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So you get up at 4:20, right? Just-
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds like an Uber
The
call.
4:20 is Parker's favorite number.
No.
No, I've been up here hunting all week, so now I gotta get my gun on the plane. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
No, but I'm heading back to North Carolina and get back in the groove. Hit the ground running Monday again, back at the factory.
And you, what are you doing this weekend, Adam?
Believe it or not, and interestingly enough, today is actually my parents' 50th anniversary. So tomorrow night we have a 50th anniversary of my parents. So
Oh wow,
Nice.
that's great.
Awesome.
Well, what's that going to involve?
we've
I
rented.
mean, I think your dad's birthday, you rented a bus and went to like 20 different ice cream shops.
We did. We went on
Yeah,
an ice cream tour of the
like-
North Country. This is going to be a little more low key. This is just a haul and some friends of the family and getting together. And my father wanted to renew their vows, but he wanted to push it to summertime so it didn't interfere with hunting season. Unfortunately, I voted by my mother. So
Love that.
Yeah.
I'd love to renew my vows, honey, but there's deer to be killed.
but here's the prenup.
That's awesome. Tell him I said congratulations.
I will for sure.
Other questions, comments, observations? What? You have a question?
I have a question.
Yeah.
What would you like to hear more of on the podcast?
Ooh.
I think we should do more of these. This has been a blast.
Yeah, it's fun.
I definitely think this is fun. We should do more of this more often.
Send out some content in advance.
Why are you looking at Parker?
You know, full confession, many of the episodes we record, we're doing prep work 5 minutes before we press record.
You're assuming you do prep work?
Well, I do my 5 minutes worth.
Yeah, evidence, Disney princesses. Yeah, that's been well noted.
Yeah.
We didn't do a very good job, did we, on that?
No,
No. What was the Sacagawea? Is that the one?
No.
Don't talk to me about your sack of whatever. James, I thought I did a great job with Disney X Factor Disney princesses.
the live
Jasmine?
Jasmine.
Just
I said Jasmine, not Jizz, man.
The live Jasmine seducing the dads at the Disney breakfast. Yeah, that didn't go over well with the wife.
This podcast is not for her. It's for you.
yeah, we're struggling with female audience.
Yeah, there's a reason Sarah canceled.
But I did the Little Mermaid. What was her name? Ariola?
I didn't know you were that freaky.
What?
You did the Little Mermaid? Sick bastard.
Under the sea.
Yeah.
What would you expect from a submariner?
This episode is gonna be the one that cancels us right here. This YouTube's gonna be like, nope, can't put it up.
Yeah, we got demonetized, I think.
Yeah.
Have we been monetized yet?
No.
No.
We can't get demonetized. We haven't been monetized.
Well, we can't be monetized either.
No. So X Factor Disney Princesses was not a hit.
No, I
No,
thought I did a good job. I did the only Disney princess that was a submarine. I thought
Yep.
that was good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ariola.
Yep. Exactly. All right, what would you like to see more of? Besides show prep and research.
Guess
These
with the
are
X
fun.
Factor.
I really
that would
like
be good.
these.
What was that?
What'd you say, Adam?
Guests with the X Factor. Some-
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're doing that now.
I'd say we're the
Absolutely.
first ones.
Yeah.
yeah.
Breaking the
I
mold.
like that idea. So, one of the things we've been toying with is that with COVID,
You like your toys.
I do like them.
Yeah.
We recognize that small businesses have been hurt around the country. So we're thinking about every episode featuring a small business that could use a shout out, could use a little bit of ad.
Juice. Yeah.
Yeah, just to kind of lift them up a little bit, whether it's local businesses that we know about or maybe a business in the country that we know is struggling. So
PT Show Club and Topless Donut Shop.
I don't know what that is.
Riverside Drive. It's so fun fact. And by the time the show airs, John will have already checked out of the hotel and be gone.
Right.
I called him up before he arrived here. I'm like, hey, where are you staying? He was like, I got a hotel. I got the closest hotel to the airport because I got an early flight on Saturday morning. So I pick him up and like I am taking him to his hotel last night. It is nowhere near the airport. There's nowhere near
It's
the airport.
2.6 miles. Oh, puppy.
Who is trying to? Oh, we got someone in the waiting room trying to join.
Who is that?
I don't know. I think we're going to get Zoom bombed.
Hey, is this the X Factor podcast?
Oh,
Yeah.
This is Sailor Jacob Rennie over here.
Oh,
hey, Jake.
that's my son. It's Jake, the sailor.
Jake, you just arrived at the perfect time. So I was telling a story to everyone that your dad, when I called him and I said, hey, where are you staying for when I pick you up? Oh, I got a hotel. I got the nearest hotel to the airport because I have an early flight home Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm thinking he's staying at this Sheraton that's like practically on like airport property.
Right.
And he's like, I'm at the Super 8 in Westbrook, which is nowhere near the Portland Jetport. But you know what it's right next door to, Jake?
What?
You might find this hard to believe, but your dad booked a hotel right next door to PT's Show Club and Topless Donut Shop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I kid you not.
Okay.
Topless Donut Shop. I didn't even know. I didn't see it.
Yeah, sure you didn't.
Yeah.
2.6 miles away.
I picked you up this morning from the hotel. You had a cup of coffee in your hand, and you
Couple of donuts.
you had a couple donuts, some powdered sugar, and you're going
Powdered sugar all over your face.
Yeah. You had a bunch of $1 bills sticking out of your shirt pocket. Like, yeah,
Is it
sure.
still-
I didn't even see it.
Is it still $1 bills? I don't know. Jake, how's training?
I'm almost done.
All right. You still
It's
you still
going
doing
well.
good?
Yep.
All
I
right.
graduate next week.
Are your E3 now, moving up to E4 soon?
Yep. Seaman Rennie over here.
So you're going to A school?
I'm almost done A school. Then I've got some schooling here, and then I'm headed off to C school.
What rate?
Fire controlman, U.S. Navy.
Very good.
Did you know he's calling them?
No, I didn't
I'm
know.
with a bunch of other fire controlmen right now as well.
Going to. She must have gave it to Zach. Jake. Are you on duty, Jake?
I'm not on duty right now. I'm at Dave and Buster's.
You're at Dave and Buster's.
Nice.
Protecting the country. At Dave and Buster's.
I feel so much more secure.
He has the watch. Well, there's we were talking about that earlier about American heroes. You guys got a real American hero on active duty sailor.
Yeah.
Yep, I've
got
done many deployments in Great Lakes.
Yeah. Do you have a National Defense Service, Ruben?
I do. I'm a hero, actually.
That makes you a hero. Absolutely.
I actually have a.
Hey, Zach, I just
sharpshooter.
want to let you know your dad's always bragging about you and you're his favorite kid.
I am.
Yeah,
That's good to know.
You just said Zach.
I know. I said, Zach, you're his favorite kid.
Oh well, never mind. That takes a little bit away from it.
Well, that's cool. We got a call from you, Jake. It's good that you called in. I didn't know we had open call-ins. That's awesome.
How did you, I thought Mrs. Rennie was going to call in.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I just dialed a random number. I'm actually trying to get a taxi back to base, and just I don't know how this happened.
Cool.
But it was
That's
good
all
talking
right.
to you guys.
Hey, that's all right because Parker just happened to walk in the TV room and Dora the Explorer was on. So, it happens.
It happens.
Yeah, it does.
All right. Well,
Have you seen the Dora the Explorer movie?
the new one,
Yeah.
I've not, but
But there's
it
an
looks-
old
All
one.
right, good. There. We were
Pretty
going to
good.
take away your man card, but we didn't have to.
If you see
Oh,
any
well, I've
mushrooms,
just been
you'll
watching-
stay away from them.
I've just been watching Phineas and Ferb, so no need to take away my man card yet.
All right. Hey, have a good weekend.
You too. See you guys.
Don't let your meatloaf, sailor.
Bye.
Keep your periscope up. That's my son, everybody.
He totally missed it. And I said, Zach, you're his favorite kid.
Well, that's about it. That's a wrap on the 50th episode. We've been doing this for almost a year. How about that? That's pretty cool. And by the way, for those of you doing math at home, 48 and 49 will be coming out after 50 comes out. So 50 will come out next. We'll release this one, then 48 and
Assuming
49.
Parker doesn't delete this.
That's true. Assuming
Yeah.
he doesn't, because I hope he doesn't, because it's been a great episode.
Thanks for making time, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Seriously.
It's really we've had fun with this, and but we're nothing without you guys interacting, interfacing.
Oh, speak for yourself.
Well, I am. I don't speak for you. I don't know how to speak for you. No, it's been great. It's been fun, and it's been like my podcast is pretty serious. My normal podcast, so it's kind of fun to have one like this where we can have a little bit of fun, a few laughs, and try to teach some lessons at the same time. So thanks for all you guys do. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
I'd like to echo that sentiment. Look at Mildred. What a sweet baby.
Yeah, that's a cute puppy.
Mildred,
Keep
there's
up the good
something on the
work,
way
man.
to you in the mail. I won't tell you what it is. Just a little heads up there, girl.
Yeah, I'm mailing you an older sister. You can have Luna.
She farts in her sleep.
No, that's Marley.
I was gonna say,
Whatever.
that's Marley, right? I'll take Luna over Marley, apparently because of the gas problem.
Yeah, Marley's got a gas problem. Yeah, she got a gas leak.
Takes after her owner.
You're the one with the problem.
Tonight, yeah.
It's better to do this on Zoom versus
Yeah.
being in the same room with you.
All right, gentlemen. I
right.
want to remind everyone
Yes.
that this podcast, not just this episode and not just the second half of this episode, but this whole podcast is brought to you by
Our friends at Bottom Gun Coffee.
bottomguncoffee.com.
Well, that's it.
Parker, say something intelligent. Perfect. Thanks, everyone. We'll
Have
see
a
you.
great night.
Have a great night.
You're still here. It's over. Go home. Go check your penis. Go.
This is P1 listener Drew Hashimura, and you're listening to the X Factor podcast, where I come for great book recommendations.